It doesn't surprise me at all that the one where everybody finds out is the top-rated #1 episode of Friends on IMDb. It has 9.7 out of 10 across 13,000 reviews and ratings, which is pretty phenomenal. This is the 14th episode of the 5th season of Friends. It's directed by Michael Lembeck, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. And I don't think it's my own all-time favourite episode, but I do think it's as perfect can be. It's beautifully executed, so funny, so quotable, absolutely love it. It starts off with everybody seeing Ugly Naked Guy packing some boxes. They determine that he is moving, and we know that Ross is in between places, and he decides maybe he should try and get the apartment. And I'm so glad that he's trying to do this because it gives us an amazing scene. Phoebe, immediately after, is then in the apartment with Ross and Rachel. They've gone over to see what it's like. There are boxes everywhere. It's our first proper look at this space, and it's a really nice set design. And then Phoebe looks out of the window. She's wearing her iconic orange coat, and then she begins to lose it because, as she says, she sees Chandler and Monica, and she begins screaming, and Rachel comes over, and of course Rachel knows about this, and now Phoebe knows about this, and Rachel basically tells Phoebe she knows, but she has to stop screaming because Ross doesn't know. And we have... It's such a brief moment, but one of my favourite performances from David Schwimmer, where Ross comes back into the main room and Phoebe and Rachel say that they were squealing because they're excited he might get the apartment, and Ross just does this little squeal and jump, and it's so brief, but it's absolutely fantastic. And obviously they managed to prevent Ross from finding out about Monica and Chandler. I thought that was a really great way for Phoebe to find out as well. A little bit different to the ways in which Joey and Rachel found out. We're then in Central Park, and Joey is there, and Phoebe and Rachel tell Joey that Phoebe now knows, and Joey is really happy about this. He thinks that they should tell Monica and Chandler because basically everybody knows now, and everybody except Ross. But Phoebe suggests they have some fun with it instead, which on the one hand is a bit mean, but on the other it works really well. And we also hear of Hugsy, as Joey says, "You don't know about Hugsy, my bedtime penguin pal." Hugsy is fabulous. And then Chandler comes into Central Park, and Phoebe decides to start having fun, and Phoebe decides to flirt with Chandler, which is brilliantly done, and she's clearly having a lot of fun with this, and this really comes across. And then when Monica says she's doing laundry, they decide to give her some laundry, and she says she doesn't have enough quarters. And one of my favourite moments, many favourite moments in this episode, is when Phoebe just produces a bag of quarters, which is just fabulous, and it just gets a bit ridiculous. Meanwhile, Ross is upset because he sent a gift to Ugly Naked Guy, trying to get the apartment, and he sent a basket of mini muffins, the little basket of mini muffins. So if bribery is the name of the game, it's probably not going to go in Ross's favour. And he knows this, so he decides to go over to the apartment and applaud Ugly Naked Guy for being naked. And, well, we'll come back to that in a little bit. Meanwhile, Monica and Chandler are aware that Phoebe and Rachel know. And they decide to phone and pretend that Chandler is inviting Phoebe over, but now they're messing with Phoebe. And Phoebe and Rachel realise that Chandler and Monica must know. And to quote, "They don't know that we know they know we know," which is just easily the best Friends quote ever. That seems like a bold statement, but I don't think that's wrong. I feel like that has to be just one of the most perfect lines ever, and I absolutely love it. And Phoebe then goes over to seduce Chandler, and again we have this really iconic outfit. I absolutely love it, and she's loosening the strings around her top, and she's doing this flirtatious dance, fabulous performance from Lisa Kudrow. And then it's intense because we don't know how far they're going to take this before somebody reveals that they know more than the other person thinks they know, and they get to the point where they're kissing, just about kissing, and Chandler snaps. And he points out that he's in love with Monica, and Monica comes into the room, and it's this glorious moment where the cat's out of the bag. Almost everybody knows. But Monica and Chandler says, don't tell Ross. We're not ready to tell him. Joey's expression is amazing. I absolutely love it. But Joey doesn't need to be annoyed at that for too long, because we then cut to Ugly Naked Guy's apartment, or what was once Ugly Naked Guy's apartment. It's now Ross's apartment, and Ross looks out the window, sees Chandler and Monica doing whatever they're doing, and yells, "Get off my sister!" And I absolutely love it. It's a very, very strong way for the conclusion of this episode, and I just love it. It doesn't surprise me at all that it's the top rated episode. As I said, I don't know if it's my personal favourite, but when I kind of sat down to discuss this, I did think, which episode of Friends would be my all-time favourite? And honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer to that. I'd love to know if you have a favourite, which one or which ones your favourites are. I love the ones in London because I love London, but I hate Emily, so that can't be an option. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but this could be a contender, I guess. The one where everybody finds out is fabulous, beautifully executed, as perfect can be.